John Cena does not crack 101 victories in PLE. He only makes it to 100. Only lifetime 100 PLE victories. This was his last one at the Survivor Series, and he lost, Jeremy, in the most spectacular John Cena fashion. It took so many people to put him down, but damn it, he went down. It took 3 women and 2 other men, plus his opponent and the referee, and eventually John Cena lost. The most Super Cena-ass match, but it was very entertaining. Some people loved it. Some people hated it. The dichotomy is huge, and I love it. John Cena drops the Intercontinental Championship. Dominic Mysterio once again, the Intercontinental Champion. Most importantly, Liv Morgan returned and did her version of the John Cena heel turn in a move that to many made no sense given what was going on. I'm sure they'll pull out the whole story later, but Liv came back and she's back with Dom, kicks Cena right in the testicles. So Jeremy Lambert, you know what that means. Liv Morgan has won at wrestling for the week in my eyes. You kick a man in the testicles, you win. That's how you win at wrestling, especially when it leads to the finish.
How did the move make no sense? Why?
It's not that it made no sense. It's just that the common belief was if you're watching at home, you see what the other woman has been doing to try and get your attention. Why are you not angry at the man? That why isn't she angry at Dom for basically joining up with Roxanne? Because maybe there was no physicality, because there was no emotional bond formed.
What do you mean they haven't done anything with Dom and Roxanne lately?
Why weren't they making out the entire time Liv was out?
They haven't done anything with them. They were so far on the back burner that it wasn't until a couple of weeks ago that they reintroduced them as a thing, and that's when everybody, at least me, was like, oh, Liv's coming back soon, because now they've decided to remind you that Dom and Roxanne kind of had a little thing going. The whole story's been Dom being the Judgment Day being pissed off at Dom for being selfish and everything. There's been nothing with Roxanne. Absolutely nothing.
So why weren't they having sex, Jeremy?
Liv coming back and like doing the fake turn on Dom and then kicking Cena. It made plenty of sense. It's like, oh, here's another ruse that they are pulling here because they are these 2 masterminds who like to do these ruses and everything. So I thought this made plenty of sense. They did this to pull a ruse on John Cena because again, that's what they do. I thought it made sense. It would have made no sense for her to attack Dom because they haven't done enough with Dom and Roxanne to make you be like, why? Dom hasn't done shit. He's just been chilling, winning titles. He's hung out with El Grande Americano more than Roxanne. Liv should kick the shit out of him. That's who's really trying to steal her, man.
Are you suggesting a gay Latino storyline? Because I am not. I'm not against this idea, Jeremy. Not against it. Grande Americano having to take on Liv Morgan. Yes, let's go. You try to take my man, I'm taking you back. Grande is just being like, you don't understand. We have feelings.
That's who she should be really mad at. Yeah, I thought this made plenty of sense. The injury spot was fantastic. Like, they did it so well. You know, they did show the replay, and that's when I was like, oh, usually they're not going to show the replay. They cut away and everything. But it looked, it looked rough. And then like you could see Cena like kind of check on him and everything. You could hear Dom being like, I can't move it. I can't move my shoulder. Like, they sold it very well. And again, maybe they showed the replay too much. Maybe they stayed on Dom too much. Although the announcers did a good job selling it. And then once Raquel and Roxanne attacked Cena, it was like, oh, are they just like killing time to do something? And no, it was all a ruse. But like, I thought that was very well done. It was good stuff there. The match itself was good. It was the best match on the show to me. And yeah, Cena it took 3 women and 3 men and a dumb referee to effectively beat him. Which, okay, but this is my issue now of his run this year. has just, it hasn't been good. And it hasn't been good from like a story perspective. But it hasn't been good of like from a wins loss perspective to where now he goes into this last match. And what does it mean to beat John Cena when he is 7-6, I think, on this year, and 10-6-1 overall, but 7-6 in singles matches? Like, what does it mean to actually beat John Cena? 6 people have beaten him this year. So if you beat him in his last match, like, all right, cool. He just lost his previous match. I know it took an entire faction to beat him, but he still lost. So big deal. You beat John Cena. So is everybody else this year. It's just, it's not this big like achievement at this point. That's why I thought he should have just won this match, because at least you have him on some good momentum going into his final match. It's like, okay, well, the last time he lost was Brock, which was stupid, but it's Brock, and they put him on this pedestal. He's just losing. He's losing to Dom. Like, fine, I like Dom, but he shouldn't be losing these matches ahead of his last match.
So now that this has all happened and you've said all of this, do you still think it's Gunther and John Cena at Saturday night's main event? Or would you do Jay versus John Cena so that you can do Yeet versus You Can't See Me taunt over and over and over again?
Can't see it.
You can't see me. Like the story with Cena and Jay would at least be, Jay was the one who started the whole John Cena downfall at the beginning of the year. So let's close the year with John Cena getting his win back, which is not really what it would be because he got pushed off the ring at the Royal Rumble. That's how he lost the Rumble, was Jay winning and beating Cena, blah, blah, blah. So like you could play that a little bit and at least there's a story. Whereas Gunther is just going to be like, you're the most beatable man in wrestling that I'm going to retire today. And it's like, yeah, he's right. And then what if he loses to John Cena? Does Gunther look? I know that Gunther like doesn't really lose when he loses, but for him to come back, do this tournament, and then lose ultimately to John Cena, I don't think that works well for Gunther. Unless you're going to give him a hell of a monstrous push after this, where he goes on a rampage and beats everyone and looks unstoppable. But you've done that before with him, so I don't know if Gunther really being the last guy just to lose to Cena makes sense. But if Gunther's going to go in and win, then I guess it's okay. They're finding a way to at least make it a little more convoluted. And then there's LA Knight, and LA Knight versus John Cena is something that you could do. Yeah.
I'd have Solo Sikoa win this tournament. And I'd have Cena beat him in 5 seconds to make up for that shit in Saudi Arabia the other year. That's how I'd book this thing at this point. Perfect. Send everybody home happy. Cena beats Solo in his last match. LA Knight doesn't have to take a loss. Jey Uso doesn't have to take a loss. Gunther doesn't have to take a loss. Just do Solo, have Cena beat him, and everybody's happy off of that.
There's plenty more over on Fightful Overbooked. Click that subscribe button, tap that bell, get your notifications. And while you're at it, like the videos. Interact with them. Say some stuff. We want to hear from you. While you're at it, join us every Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, live for In the Weeds. You might like it.